Oh, hello, my gays, my theys, my straights, my matriarchs, my patriarchs. Welcome to another episode of the Millennial Matriarch, and happy 2026. If you don't recognize my voice yet, this is Lexi, your wonderful, fabulous, sexy Millennial Matriarch. And I am joined by my co-host, who is also sexy and funny and a Millennial Matriarch, ATD. Hello.
Hi, gorgeous millennials. Can I tell you, I am so pumped. I missed you.
I know we took a week off. It was so weird.
I missed the fans. I missed the audience. I missed yapping. So I'm so excited.
I'm really happy we're back. And I also have to give a huge shout out to your sister, because if you are watching on the YouTube, Ashlie and I are both wearing pink t-shirts. And I'm going to angle my camera down, so it's going to get a little rated R for a second. But we've got merch, baby!
Hey!
We've got our t-shirts. Our QR code is scannable. And yeah, Ashley's younger sister got us a little Christmas gift. And honestly, shout out to Reese. Thank you so much, Reese. Such a sweet gift.
She did ask for our logo, and I was like, okay, and didn't realize why. And she turned it into a t-shirt. So the merch is not currently not being sold to the public, but
let us know.
Add it to the list of 2026 goals. We will eventually have merch for all the people that want it.
On that note, everybody, like I said, welcome to 2026. This episode is going to be all about astrology, goals. I don't want to say resolutions, because I really don't like the word resolution, but just new year, fresh mindset. So if you don't like astrology and you don't like talking about goals and our hopes for the future, then this is not the episode for you. However, I think it is. So if you've been living under a rock and you don't know this, 2026 is the year of the horse. This is a great year because 2025 was a difficult year for a lot of people and collectively. And I'm going to say, I knew the year was bad when I gave up on 2025 when Diane Keaton died.
Honestly, you're justified. And that happened later in the year, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was November. I think it was early November, late October.
Yeah.
And I literally was like, this year is just done.
Forget the rest. I'm done. I'm clocking out. I'll see you in 2026.
And if you also felt like 2025 was a difficult year for you, it's because 2025 was the year of the snake. That's all about shedding, releasing, letting go. I lost some things. I know a lot of other people lost some things, but it's good because we're shedding into the new versions of ourselves for the upcoming year. And this year, like I said, is the year of the horse. So what does that mean? This is great. Astrologically, for every single sign, 2026 is supposed to be a great year. And that's because this year is all focused on movement, momentum, and freedom. Think fast-paced, big ideas, bold moves. I know I was talking to Ashlie before we started recording, and I'm like, listen, I'm going to start treating this podcast like the blow-up phenomenon it's going to be. And that is the energy I am bringing to this entire year.
Say loud, say it proud.
Say it loud, say it proud. I actually posted on my Instagram today. I said, if you thought I was over the top, extra, too much in 2025, hold my fucking beer, because I'm coming at you louder and harder. And if anybody had any questions, I am an Aries sun sign and I'm going scorched earth this year.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, listen, I am not, when we first talked about talking about 2026 astrology, I'm excited. I feel like I have a lot to learn, but I'm not super educated on sort of the signs and what things mean. However, I did do a bunch of research to get myself there. And I was doing all of sort of my 2026 goal planning because I'm type A and I do that stuff. And so this felt like a really natural thing to also think about. And I'm really happy that everything you're saying, I also found in my research. So, phew, okay.
Oh,
Cool. It looks like
I'm not a
everyone.
phony.
No, but I'm saying like it's a good thing that like all of these things are aligned
A
literally. Like
collective theme.
yeah, I heard freedom, I heard adventure, I heard start your new era now. I heard massive dramatic shifts. Um a lot of really like positive momentous things coming to all of the signs. I did do a little bit of a deep dive into yours and my signs, but I've also got some like things on some other signs too that I thought the people listening might want to know, but I digress. I'm glad that
Actually,
like
tell me what your research found. Because
okay.
I researched my sign, I didn't research yours. So actually, don't tell me mine yet. Start with yours. Start with yours.
Okay. So there's a lot, but I'll take you to there was an article ironically, not ironically, but like weirdly on people.com, like People magazine, and they had a lot to say about every sign. So of course I dug into yours and mine. So for me, they said that the year 2026 marks a significant turning point in my beliefs and my understanding, which is, I
Oh,
guess, my ninth house of expansion
oh, that's
is
good.
is happening
Yeah.
during this year, and
Oh, I totally see this for you.
long held ideas about what success and fulfillment mean begin to change this year, which if you know me, if
So,
you're following
yeah.
me on TikTok, if you've listened to this podcast, if you know me personally, you know that I am on the precipice of like a shift in like what I want to do, what I want to be when I grow up, like all of the things sort of stemming from having got laid off. And listen, it's not all good. I'm a little bit crazy. I'm a little bit nervous. I'm a lot of bit, scared, sort of like what the future means for me, like where my income is going to come from, like these long-standing beliefs in like who I am and what I do every day is dramatically changing because I feel like enough is enough. Like I don't want to do what I was doing. I want to change. So the fact that that is like the first thing I read was like so validating. And then it says this is where ambiguous dreams are replaced with concrete goals. I
Wait,
mean, come
if you
on.
are not watching right now, I mean, Ashley did do her 12-step skincare routine before we started recording, but she's glowing. Like she is lit up. And I
I'm
just want to say,
excited.
you and I had a conversation, I think 3 weeks ago, where we were talking about, what does success look like for you in your future career? What do you want to do? You have expressed interest in letting your creative freak flag fly. And I think that completely just reinforces what your People magazine breakdown told you. Like, you
Yeah.
really are at this point in your life where you're like, hey, that thing that let me not speak for you, but I think I can because I think you and I both were in this spot
Yeah.
where we both, when we graduated college, thought that we were going to be these corporate rock stars and we were just gonna freaking grab corporate America by the balls and rip them off.
Mhm.
And I think you and I both in different ways figured out that maybe that's not what's going to make us happy long term.
Which is scary when you're first sort of feeling it out, but I think like it's been important to feel the feelings. And I know, and listen, for anyone who's not super into astrology and kind of feels like this is woo woo, like I understand that this can be like over your head, but you can't tell me that like there isn't power in manifestation. And to simply be validated by you, by friends, by the astrological charts, by, little wins that are happening in my life. Like, come on, like that feels good. And I made a TikTok recently talking about just like my 2025 goals and the things I accomplished and the things I didn't accomplish. And I talked about how like speaking it is so important and saying it out loud. So regardless
Yes.
of whether you believe in astrology or not, come on, we all must have read The Secret back in the early 2000s. Like say it, speak it, believe it, it'll happen. But yeah, I'll close it out by saying that there, I mean, gosh, there were so many things. it talks about this being a year of committing to further education, redefining personal values, or simply choosing a path that feels meaningful rather than impressive on the surface. Which
Yes.
speaks to what you're saying about that whole
Yeah.
corporate life. It's like, yeah, like maybe that was impressive. And we talked a lot about ego the last time we talked about career. Like, yeah, maybe it's impressive on the surface, but like maybe it's not what makes you happy. And so this feels like, okay, like I'm going for something that feels good and feels meaningful rather than is just like, ooh, like I'm a director of blah 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 at blah blah blah. Like, and listen, hey, maybe I'll do that too, but at least like yeah, I'm really like drawn towards the doing things that are meaningful. And honestly, there was even some stuff like in here that I felt like pertained to like us and the podcast.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
Business
Cookie wanted to
contracts.
know. Cookie turned around.
Yeah, Cookie, listen up. Listen up, hon. Business contracts or long-standing dynamics reach a point where clarity is unavoidable. Money and self-worth come into focus during a lunar eclipse, forcing a reassessment of financial priorities and personal values. This could show up as renegotiating pay, changing spending habits, realizing that certain efforts are no longer worth the return.
Okay, pause for a second because this is what I find very interesting. And I talk to a lot of people about this. So, Ashley and I both obviously did some research before this episode. I mean, I am a very woo woo girl. So, it's just my entire existence is in the woo woo. And it's funny because when you're reading about this astrology for the year ahead, obviously you're intaking a lot of information,
Mhm.
but I think it's very interesting what calls to each person. Like
Mm.
for you, you definitely were drawn to obviously listen, we live in a society where we need money. So money and financial is always important. But it's funny to me that it was like that called out to you, clarity called out to you, like such key themes just based on what's going on in your life right now and kind of this point of transition that you're in that you were like,
Yeah.
yes. For me, I would say that I don't necessarily think that I'm at a point of transition in my life anymore. I think I was in a point of transition last year. Like,
Okay.
I think the year of the snake, the shedding, the releasing old habits, the releasing old ideals and beliefs that no longer suited me. I think last year I was at the proverbial crossroads. And I wasn't sure whether I wanted to get back into the corporate America hustle game, whether I wanted to, I got married last year and I'm always going to say this, I'm a party girl at heart, but I'm married now and I can't do certain things that felt so natural to me anymore, i.e., going out and partying a lot, And I had to say, you know what? That's not part of my life anymore. So this year, like right now, January 6th, 2026, I feel like I have chosen the path and I am
Mm.
so excited about the path that I'm on.
Mm. I'm excited for you. I'm a little envious of you because to your point, like
I mean,
I'm
you're
in
on
such
my path too.
right. But yeah, I'm in such transition. So to know that like you're sort of grounded and like asserted in your path, like that sounds so good. And I think, I mean, from what I researched about your sign, and by the way, I don't think I said I'm a Leo. So for anyone else who's a
Oh,
Leo,
yeah.
hopefully you resonate with what I just shared. Alexis and Aries.
Yes, I
So
am.
yeah. And so all the things that I feel like I read about you also fall in line with that. And
Wait, so what did you read about my sign that you thought kind of was applicable to the podcast? Because I mean, you and I are on this journey together. So,
first of all, the first thing about yours was this is a pivotal year for you. Full stop. There were some things about, oh, this is another line that I loved. Nothing about this alignment is subtle. So, what you said earlier about like, hold my beer, I'm here, like, yes, that totally aligns. Yeah, there were some things about like this being a whole new personal era for you too, where you begin to take yourself seriously in ways you haven't before. I don't know if that's true.
That's it.
but I do
Oh,
feel
that's
like
interesting.
it says this could result in you changing how you present yourself
Oh,
or
no.
finally choosing wait for it, and finally
Here we
choosing
go.
a path that
Mm,
feels meaningful rather than
yeah.
impulsive. I felt like
Oh, yeah, that
that was
does line
really
up.
good for you. Um, Saturn brings responsibility and structure, while Neptune dissolves what is no longer authentic. Around the same time, making community and collaboration essential to your growth.
Yeah,
Friends,
100%.
teams, shared causes influence your decisions more than usual. You may step into a leadership role within a group or simply find out who's actually supporting your growth.
I love this, but I am going to take this I'm going to step back a second. So, I have an astrologer and I meet with my astrologer. Well, I've only met with her a handful of times, but I'm kind of on this like 4-year cycle.
Mm.
And I actually met with her the first time like 3 months before I met my now husband in 2021. I would say this, if we look at the last 4 years of my life, I have gone through a lot. I have gone through a lot of change and personal growth and reflection and loss. You know, I've lost people because they're no longer living. I've lost people that, people that were really close to me that are not in my life right now. And when I met with the astrologer in 2021, that's when I kind of got, not to quote Mackenzie Green, a glimmer that maybe that the path that I was on at that time was no longer it wasn't going to serve me anymore, because I am somebody, and my chart says it, that my career needs to give back and be meaningful to the community.
Wow.
And in 2021, yes, I met my husband, but I also started life coaching, and I, started a life coaching business. And that was something I loved so much. And, life happened and I kind of put that on the back burner. And this is not me announcing that I'm a life coach again, because I actually don't think that that is the path that is for me. But in working in corporate America for so long, but also losing my mom, I realized that I can't do something every single day that doesn't contribute to the greater good. Corporate America does a lot of good things in terms of people make money, but corporate greed and the politics and the manipulation and, quite frankly, the idealization of things that don't matter, especially in losing after my mom, I couldn't do it anymore. I could not show up to a work call and act like the colors on this, social asset were the biggest problem in the world. I was really excited about the astrology for this year in general, and not in general, and for my sign, because it's this reinforcement of that. And I don't know if I ever told you this, I met with my astrologer the day I launched this podcast. And
Shut up.
so, yep, I met with her the day I launched the podcast, and she was like, "Go, go, go. This is your
Mm.
time." And she said to me, she said, you know that your house of community and this impact on the world is what makes your heart happy. Like, she actually gave me the exact time to launch the podcast, and like, you know, astrologically,
Yeah.
while I did not do the exact time she said, I did do a time in the realm that she co-signed. And all I'm going to say is, you guys can sit here and say astrology is not your thing, and I will respect that. However, in 2021, I sat down with this astrologer and she told me I was going to meet somebody that had a strong Libra presence in their chart, and that person was going to have a big impact on my life. And that's the year I
Mm.
met my husband, and he's a Libra
Mhm.
rising.
Hell yeah. Hell
So
yeah.
I'm just saying.
Love that. And Alexis has told me a little bit about her astrologer, and I kid you, like, I'm the type of person who always has, like, a running wish list on her phone, like, not necessarily for anyone else but me, it's just, like, a wish list of things I wanna buy or things I want to invest in or whatever, and I have this, like, desire to get, like, my full chart
I
read
think you
and
should do
done,
it.
and I am literally, like, saving up to be able to have a reading with either your astrologer or someone else, but I love
Shout
a
out to
recommendation.
Maxine Louisa. She's on Instagram. She actually used to have a podcast with Alice Bell. It was called Astrology and You. I don't think they don't do the podcast anymore, but they are both astrologers. And they taught me so much about astrology when I mean, I have always been the kind of girl that was attracted to a horoscope. I am somebody that is always looking for the meaning and why I am the way I am.
Yes.
And astrology just made sense to my brain.
Yeah, like and I know we're gonna talk about therapy more specifically in a future episode, but I kind of think there's a hand in hand there because of what you just said. It's about like knowing yourself more and understanding yourself more and looking for ways to push yourself and then in other ways to give yourself grace. And I think that if you know that you have a tendency to do certain things or be a certain
Yeah.
way, you can help like navigate your life a little bit better. And it's not to say and I was going to say like you know, we're not talking about psychic readings here. We're not talking about, oh, this is your future and this is exactly what's going to happen and when it's going to happen. And listen, if some astrologers can tap into that, that's great. That's not something that I'm necessarily looking for. But I think for things like, hey, when is a good time for me to launch this podcast, like that endeavor? Like, I think like those are the types of insights that like I too would be interested in because you already know this is something you want to do, but you're looking for some guidance of like, hey, like, how is what's going to be best for me based on what's going on astrologically? Why not have the
Why
cards
not?
stacked with you and not against you?
Right.
Why
Right.
not? You're not hurting anyone. You're not hurting yourself. Like who cares? Like, hey, if it means, launching this podcast on a Tuesday versus a Thursday because things are just going to align better that day, why the fuck not?
Why
Like,
not? Well,
why not?
I think that's a great point. I'm gonna bring up a conversation I had with one of my friends who um she herself is not necessarily into astrology. I am somebody who is into astrology, tarot cards, rune stones. I am very, very tapped into that. She is somebody who believes in God and the Bible, and she's Catholic. I am not saying I do not believe in God. My father is a priest. I do believe in God. I just have my own belief system within that. But she said to me, because she came over and I was like, do you care if I pull tarot cards and pull rune stones? And she said to me, it's not my thing. However, I love that you believe in something bigger than yourself. And honestly, this is not going to be a theological discussion, but I think if you are somebody who believes in astrology and tarot cards and rune stones and God and, the Bible, the Torah, insert whatever religious scripture you subscribe to, it's just believing in something bigger than yourself. And I think that especially coming off a year that was so toxic in general in terms of the world, it's I think society has kind of like we've lost the point of what it means to be a human. And I don't know how I got there from talking about the year of the horse, but I did.
Typical for us.
I was like, I don't know what
Gary,
soapbox I just
in
sat on.
2026, we will not change from digressing.
The millennial ramble is a thing, and we are two millennial
Yeah,
ramblers.
yeah, 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 yeah.
But I actually have a question for you, Miss ATD.
Ready, hit me.
What is a big goal you have for 2026? And I want you to say it out loud.
I have a lot. So I think I've said this before. I would like to write a book one day. In order to do that, you actually have to write call me crazy, but that's, like, something you have to do.
It's the
So
smallest step.
I've started to do that. I think I like the idea of a collection of essays,
I love
and
this.
I've had, like, a book outline for a long time, but I think I like the idea of, like, creating essays around each of those points in my outline. So one of my goals this year is to write 10 essays.
I love
So
that.
it's a little under 10, 1 a month. And there's no parameters around length or anything like that, but I've already written a few, and so I just wanna keep going
I
and do that.
love that. I love that. Have you ever read any of Andy Cohen's books?
Maybe not.
Andy Cohen, it's the Andy Cohen Diaries, and he's got, I think he has 3 books now. And his diaries, he was inspired by, I think it was Andy Warhol and Andy Warhol's diaries. But
Okay.
I think that that might be good fodder for you. Also, it's an incredible audiobook listen because I mean, our Lord and Savior, Andy Cohen.
Yeah. No, I'm shocked that I've never read one of his books. So, but well, actually, one of my goals is to read 20 books this year. So
Love
maybe
it.
I will add that to the list of two. I mean, my to read list is like ridiculously long.
Well,
Always has been,
it's
always
the
will
never
be.
ending TBR. My sister and I talk about that all the time.
That and my list of restaurants. It's constantly growing. I'll never reach it all, but that's the fun part. And then I guess another one that also is kind of has like a numerical thing is I would like to have 1,000 TikTok followers by the end of the year. And
I
I
love
think
that
that
for
like
you.
that's doable.
Yeah.
I've loved creating on there. I've loved, I've like 100 something followers right now. It's nothing crazy, but like I just love it, enjoy it, and I feel like fuck it. Like I'm saying it in my
Yeah.
head, I might as well say it out loud. Like I want that. I want people to
Yeah.
find solace in my content. I want just like we're doing here. I hope I can relate to fellow millennials and kind of be like the comfort creator that I find in other people, and I really like editing videos. I really like editing this podcast. So like why not put some numbers against that bad boy and
I
try
love
to
it.
reach it? Yeah,
Also, I'm gonna give you a little bit of credit because one, you are extremely creative.
thank you.
And that is something that you and I talked about even at our first job out of college, how you had this interest and this itching to just like to create, to have a creative outlet, but you didn't have the time. So
Yeah.
I love for you that you are having fun creating videos and editing videos and coming up with content. Like, I love that you're able to do this. 2, you are one of the funniest people I know.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. And for those of you who couldn't see, Ashley looked guilty. Like
Don't it's like it's that thing where like someone like gives you a compliment and you like don't know what to do with your body.
you just looked
Um
at me and smiled for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, I was like trying to make a funny face, but not really. That's honestly, I think that and someone telling me I'm smart is probably like one of like the two best compliments I could get. Like funny and smart. I'd be like, oh, marry me.
Not pretty?
I
Because
mean, that's
last
great.
the
I'm
last
being,
episode you were
no, I
talking
mean,
about cake sitting and how beautiful your face is.
yeah, I mean, listen, different needs for different areas of my life, but I truly think like as someone who like I love like if a friend or a family member or a lover like thinks that I'm smart and funny, like that's just a great compliment. So thank you.
I mean, I could have
Um
picked anyone to co-host this podcast with me. You do realize that.
I don't think it's like fully dawned. I mean, you've said it, right? I'm aware, but like it's a huge compliment. Talk about like something that came into my life at the end of last year that like obviously literally wasn't in my 2025 bingo card.
Here's the story from my perspective. I had released the first 1 or 2 episodes, and I was in CVS, and I was looking at products, and I saw Living Proof.
Yeah.
Now, our first job out of college, Ashley and I worked at an influencer marketing agency, and Living Proof was one of Ashley's clients. And I texted her, and I was like, 2 things. I've been meaning to text you for weeks and I haven't, But I walked into CVS and I saw Living Proof and I'm like, damn, remember when that was a small company?
It was a baby brand.
And it was a baby brand, and now Living Proof is everywhere. And honestly, shout out to Living Proof because there's not a lot of products out there that can be used on coily, kinky, and straight hair. And I feel like Living
Mhm.
Proof is really running the gamut. So
Yeah.
I texted Ashley and I said that. And then we hopped on the phone.
I think I said something like something similar happened where I was like, "Wait, I've been thinking about you too." And I think it's because I was reading like your posts on LinkedIn and like you were sort of on the precipice of launching a consulting company and I was starting to like read your like Substack I think at that point. Like I was like getting Alexis content and where I hadn't before, because again, at the time, I wasn't on social, right? So,
That's
like,
right. Yeah.
LinkedIn was my social, and that was, how I was getting my content. So you were on the brain. So when I saw your name pop up on my phone, I was like, "Oh, I've been thinking about her too." And then you said something about being laid off, and I was like, "Wait, I just got laid off." And you were like, "Call me right now." And I got on the phone and you, like, were just, like, so much energy. You were like you could barely get, like, all the words out. Like, you were like, so much to say." Like, you were like, "I am launching this podcast. This is it. Like, this is the sign that I needed. I want you to be my co-host. Like, you must, you must, you must." And I just remember the first feeling I had was yes, 100% yes. It wasn't fear, it wasn't trepidation, it wasn't like, "What are you talking about?" It was like, "Yes, yes, I've always wanted to do that, and why not now?" Because my husband had just told me that morning, if not the night before, like, "Babe, don't like, right now, like, take a minute. Like, you just got laid
Yeah.
off. Take a fucking minute, and why don't you just explore your hobbies?" And I said to him, my hobbies are watching TV and spending money, and I can only do one of those if I'm laid off. What do you mean? Dive into my hobbies. And then he said, not meaning to sound like an asshole, even though it sounds like it, he was sort of like, okay, then go get some. And I was like, what?
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong. And guess what? I got some and the podcast
Awesome.
is one of them. I would consider this podcast more than a hobby at this point. But 100%. That's how it all came together. So, yeah, I as part of my goal planning for every year, I literally do a bingo card. So, like, little goals, like, that I get to check off throughout the year because it makes my type A, like, really, really happy to, like, cross things off throughout
Okay,
the year.
next year we need to do vision boarding together because I need you to help me organize.
Oh my god, yeah, I mean, take a look at my latest TikTok for some tips, but I it's exciting, and 2025 was really the first year that, I I set goals and I stuck to them, and I think it's because I do it in,
Proud
like, a
of
really
you.
visual way. I use Canva and I create something called, like, a dream life journal, and as part of that is a literal bingo card. So my 2025 bingo card 100% did not have starting a podcast on it, but I'm so glad that that's how the year ended, and you bet your ass there are podcast goals on my 2026 bingo card. Um and yeah, like so many things came out of the end of that year specifically that I didn't anticipate, but I'm so glad it did. And so the fact that all of the astrological things are sort of pointing to a year of momentum and movement and growing and changing and a new era, like, is so validating. And by the way, like, I will towards the end of this episode rapid fire some things for a bunch of the signs for those of our listeners who aren't an Aries or a Leo like you and me, because I actually think, like, you kind of said it at the top, like, it's gonna be such a great year for
Yeah.
so many people. But I want to hear some of your 2026 goals before that.
Historically, I've actually had a really hard time with goal setting, like even in a professional sense, because I am a perfectionist. If I can't 100% say that I'm going to do something, I don't like to say that I'm going to do it. And if you know
Mhm.
me, you know that I'm either 100% in or I'm 100% out. So it does kind of make sense. But what I've always had a really easy time doing, because I'm a woo woo girl, I love cosmic and ideal goal setting. So I have a little bit of both. One thing I was actually talking to my husband about is something that came to mind is this idea of like the divine mother. And what I mean by that is the last 4 years of my life have been such a clusterfuck, and I have gone through so much growth and change and depression and grief that this year, and astrologically, it should be similar. I need my soul and my spirit to just be able to take a beat. Like, I need my cortisol levels to not spike so frequently. I need to learn how to be a little bit more of a level-headed person. So I'm really focused on getting my body, my soul, and my spirit just in a really solid spot. And I want to be very clear. When I say body, I do not mean fitness goals. None of my body goals are around like losing weight or changing my body. I mean that for the last 4 years, in some capacity, I have been in a depressive episode. And when I'm in a depressive episode, I don't care about what I put into my body. So I want to be really smart about like nourishing and taking care of my body. I mean, that's something that you and I have talked about. I again, I want my soul and my spirit to heal and just kind of come to this place where I can quiet the external noise and really focus on my my internal knowing. I have said this for years. Every right decision I've made in my life, I've made in 4 seconds. And I am somebody who historically is really self-critical, and I'm really hard on myself, and my inner dialogue can be detrimental and really, really harsh, and I say horrible things to myself in my head that I would never say to anybody else on this planet. And that is something that I am really focused on not doing anymore. A lot of my life, I have been criticized for being too loud, too obnoxious, too big, too in your face, blah, blah, blah. And I'm honestly at this point in my life, I'm like, you know what? That's who I am. And this is a quote that has been so overused, but if I'm too much, go find less. I'm not going to be less to make you comfortable. And that's the Aries fire sign in me. I'm going to scorch the fucking earth.
Yeah.
So either get in front of it or be burned in the flame.
Yeah. No. That tracks. That tracks. And I think like some of those like overarching goals are really beautiful. And it's yeah, it's time for you to sort of feel like you can take a breath,
Yeah.
and just feel some balance for sure. So I know that that will happen for you because you've decided it's happening, so it's happening,
Yeah,
you
I've
know?
decided. And I will say this, I am never going to be calm. I'm not a calm person, but my
Sure.
soul and my spirit can be calm. All right, you want to rapid fire some of the other things you had?
Yeah, let's I will say there are some fabulous TikTok astrology creators that I will
Yes,
credit
there
for some of
are.
these insights. Um I'll rapid fire some things about the general year that I got from at Astro Bella Luna on TikTok that I think is great because it applies to all of us. And I meant to touch on this before. Did you see anything about this being it's the beginning of the zodiac is is this year. It's like we've come
It's year
around.
1. We're starting a new cycle. It's year 1.
So that's what's like bringing about like the refresh, the new beginnings, the new era for a lot of the signs because it's the first year in the zodiac. So I thought that was interesting. She talked a lot about 2020. So she talked about 2025 was endings and completions, right? So I think that that also aligns with the year of the snake. And then 2026, everything changes, everything accelerates more rapidly than even we can keep up with. On February 20th, whatever happens will be fast, loud, and will shock us all. And there was actually another creator that said that we all will remember where we were between mid-February
Yeah, I
and
heard, yep.
March. Yes, so this was from creator, who's at Helena Wood Sastro, and she said, "We're all gonna remember where we were mid-February to the beginning of March." So that tracks with that other creator who said that on 2/20 something else is gonna happen. So, and listen, I'm gonna take that with a big old fat grain of salt. I'm
Take it with
gonna
a grain of
take
salt.
that as something culturally could happen, good or maybe bad at first. Maybe something sort of cataclysmic could happen. I don't think that we can go, I don't think we can realistically think about the year as being all fairies and rainbows. I
No.
think there's a lot of positive, but I also think that it's interesting that that came up as significant time period for everyone and how we're all going to remember where we were during that time. So yeah, I would say when mid-February rolls around, just start thinking about that. But it's not something we can control, right? It's just something
No.
to think about. The Astro Bella Luna also talked about the second half of the year being for everyone action packed, revolutionary thinking, coming together for real change. I have some
Oh,
ways
let's hope.
in my head that I'm thinking about that. Maybe it's politically, culturally, but I'd look at that as a positive thing.
Positive.
And in that she talks about emotion being greater than action. So things are going to materialize that we've been dreaming of, embracing change, community, progress. So that's kind of generally for everybody. But then rapid fire, Helena Hather Astrology, which is another Helena astrologist that I was like, why is everyone named Helena? Said that January 2026 specifically, Gemini, this is going to be your best financial month. Maybe you're selling something that blocks you. Maybe you're signing a contract you've been waiting for. For Pisces, you're going to feel less drained, elevated. You're going to feel less victim, more power mode. So maybe you've been struggling with something and you're going to really get into your power. Sagittarius, also a massive income month. New income, maybe you're getting money that's been owed to you. You're starting to feel less drained from family, past karma, less burdened, less pressure. So you're really going to feel like alleviated this month. Virgo is a very visible month. January is a very visible month for you. So you're going to have somewhat of a new audience. So maybe you go viral on the internet. Maybe you are promoted and you're seen by more people in your job. I don't know, something about visibility. And then so other signs, Healing Touch 47 on TikTok talked about Taurus this year being a year of peace, change, stability, sort of encouraging you to be heart centric and heart open. So, like, I guess there's a real stubbornness to Tauri. I'm not really sure.
Yes.
She was really, they were really focused on you being heart open. For Cancers, this is a year of growth and stepping out of your comfort zone. Money might feel slow, but stay focused. Allow the flow to come. Virgo, let ease flow. This is a time to make peace with what you've learned. Forward progression. Let go of the past. Turn the page. Start something new. Libra, this is a year of breakthroughs. So your career is going to take off. You're going to have an expansion in all areas of your life, including money. Money came up a lot for a lot of signs this year in a good
Honestly,
way.
like,
So,
let's take it.
yeah. For Scorpio, I heard explore all year. So like adventure, um, go on trips, globe trot, say yes to new things. This is going to bring you new energy and new people into your life. Capricorn, stop letting people walk all over you this year. Set boundaries, claim back your power, focus on your physical and mental health, and be present with everything because it will shift your year. Last couple, Aquarius. This one was express your magic. So embrace being unique, be weird, embrace the rebel that you are.
I love that
If you
one.
do
And I'm
that,
not an Aquarius.
I love that for them. And if you do that, you're going to have breakthroughs of your own. If you just keep being weird, keep being yourself, keep being rebellious, stick to what feels right. And then finally for Pisces, the same creator said, make it rain. So stay
Oh,
grounded and heart-centered. This is the richest sign of the year. And I don't know if that's financially or just like, I don't know, like abundantly. Um,
abundance is
this
important.
creator is encouraging a Pisces to believe, to receive. So, talking about that manifestation again. If you think it, it will come. Also, let go of old shit. And then a reminder to take immediate action on your ideas. And then finally, a creator at May Like the Month said that the 4 signs that you'll hear a lot about this year and are going to have just like an incredibly exceptional year are Cancer, Aquarius, Capricorn, Leo, and an honorable mention for Pisces. That's also going to have some big rewards. But I got to tell you, we're all gonna have a great year this year.
Yeah.
Like, there are
It's
so many amazing positive things to be said. Definitely, like, some astrologists were saying, like, "Oh, be mindful of this, be weary of this," things like, "Hey, you gotta stay open in order to welcome new stuff in." But, like, it all feels like we each have a niche this year that we're gonna tap into. So I hope I was able to list all the signs. I forget how many there are, but wanted to give everyone a little love because, um I think it's a reason to look into the rest of what your year brings because it sounds like it's gonna be
yeah.
a real good one.
And just to piggyback off of something you said, so obviously we are not going to focus on any negativity because that's not what we do. But in what I learned is because, sorry, my dog's barking. I just, it's Cookie's
Sometimes
world. We're just
that's
here.
okay. My husband's currently in the kitchen blasting anime or something. I'm like, I'm doing business up here."
Anyway, in a year, the year of the horse, right? Horses are fast, momentum, movement. So one thing to be mindful of that I saw is burnout, impulsivity, starting 10 things and finishing 3. Now,
Mm,
I would say this: start 10. Don't be afraid. If you only finish 3, you know what? That's 3 more than if you hadn't started at all. And I think I think that's the theme. I think abundance. I think calling in more. I think take risks, be brave, show up, stand out. I think,
yeah. And you know what? We're talking about all of this now because it is the beginning of the year and it's just appropriate to that time of year. But all of this good stuff, all of this goal setting, all of this like feelings about your year, like it's okay if you like stumble. Just because you missed the boat on January 1 and don't have all your goals set or you haven't read up on all your astrology and like it doesn't mean that it's for naught. Your year could still be
yeah.
incredible. You can wake up every single day and choose new goals, new things, a new mindset. You're gonna have bad days. It's all good. Like I love the idea of starting a bunch of things because guess what? Even if you only accomplish 3 of them, like Alexis is saying, it's okay. There's always the next day, the next month, the next year. It's not a reason
Right.
to not work hard and try to progress, but we're just talking about it in January because everyone's talking about it. It's the most appropriate time of year to do so, but come back to this podcast if you want to later in the year, if you feel like you need a little extra boost and a reminder about what this year is meant to be because it can happen at any time. I hate the belief of
Let's
like,
do
Jan 1 is it. If you don't know Jan 1 what you're doing, then just forget it. Or, oh, if you've started 10 things but only 3 worked out, forget the other 7. It's like, no, every day is a new day.
I'm going to say this
Thank
because
you for coming to my inspirational TED
thank you for
Talk.
coming. We love it. I'm happy we're here. My birthday is in April and I always do another big astrology lookup around then. So I think that'll be our check-in. I think
Perfect.
when we record in April around my birthday, April 9th, for those of you who were curious, um, we'll do it. We'll do a check-in. We'll just kind of see and let's see where you and I are in April. Like,
Yeah,
who
good idea.
knows? Hopefully you'll actually be in Boston. Maybe we're recording IRL together.
That would
But
be very exciting.
I think that'd be so excited. But I think, we've talked a lot about astrology. Should we talk some shit?
Yeah, let's talk some shit. All right, y'all. Let's officially get into our millennial mouthfuls. It's a little silly. It's a slutty. It's just a slutty. It's a little slutty. It's just like
It's
us.
Juddy.
It's the millennial mouthfuls where we talk about what we love, what we hate, what we're watching, what we're reading, what's going on in our lives. What's really, as Heather McMahon would say, and I definitely said it last week, what is burning our tits this week? What's grinding our gears?
Did you watch, and if you haven't, you need to, Members Only Palm Beach, aka what I've been seeing it's referred to as the Real Housewives of Mar-a-Lago? I need you to watch it.
Oh.
So
I watched the
basically,
trailer and I was like, I don't know about that
watch
one.
the show. Watch the show. This is what I said. So I am all over Threads. I'm a chronically online person. You can catch me anywhere. And somebody posted, "Hey, should I watch this?" And I said, "You need to watch it because the show feels like a satire of the 1%, but also a documentary. Like, it is just wild watching this show because we all know Mar-a-Lago and who that's tied to. The amount of people name drop name dropping Trump and Elon and oh my god, the members and the clubs. So this is why I love reality TV. And listen, I know reality TV has producers, but I'm going to say this. This is a documentary. So this is a big scandal of the show that's come out after the fact is they actually are not in true Palm Beach. These women are apparently south of the border Palm Beach, which is not the same as Palm Beach. So now you have wealthy people fighting over the zip code. And do you know what it reminds me of?
I know what you're gonna
Ramona,
say.
Bethany, and the Hamptons, and whether she lives on the highway or not.
Oh, yes. Yes, 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 yes. But Luann and Tinsley had this conversation one time on Real
Yes,
Housewives of New York about Palm Beach is not the same as West Palm. West Palm and
yes,
Palm Beach are not the same. There is
not
a
the same.
whole, if you've watched the Jeffrey Epstein documentaries, there's a
You can say it with your
whole
chest.
bridge. There's a whole bridge in between. I'm not about to let that man have any fucking
That's
more
true.
airtime.
That's fair.
Um, there is a literal like bridge between the two. It's not the same thing. So, but yeah, hilarious. It's like let's have the 1% fight about the point five, like who's in the upper point five of that percent. Like,
Nobody on okay, well, I actually think one of the women on the show doesn't actually I think she might be living in like a listen, no hate, no shade to people who live in smaller homes, but this woman is the one who's out here. Her name's Gail. She's name dropping the hardest. She is like the queen of Palm Beach. And everyone's like,
mhm.
bitch, where do you live? You never invite anybody over. You never give anybody your address. You have this Rolodex and this black book and these files, and everyone is like, who is Gail? I actually think Gail does not live in Palm Beach or West Palm. I think Gail is coming in from like Sarasota. No hate, no shade.
Not to digress, but why do I feel like this whole geographic issue comes up all the time on Real Housewives of Potomac too? It's like, "You don't
Well,
actually live in
yes.
Potomac, you actually live in Virginia," and it's like, "What?" Like,
Yeah. Well, it's because
it
you know
always comes
why?
up.
It's like, okay,
Zip
it's the
code.
whole zip it's Beverly Hills, Calabasas, Bel Air.
Sure.
Listen, all of those zip codes are wealthy. They're not all the same amount of wealthy.
Right, 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 right. So wait, so this show, are these all like, because you sort of compared it to Real Housewives, are they like socialites?
Yes. So Bethany Frankel actually posted I'm sure she posted it on TikTok first, but I saw it on Instagram.
Mhm.
Where she is kind of talking about how everybody is out here hating on these women. And she compares it to when Roni started filming season 1 and how everybody was like, oh, these people are like pretend socialites.
Mhm.
I mean, listen, I am
Heart
not out
whistle.
here. I'm not out here to socialite shame because Tinsley Mortimer, for example, is a professional socialite, and thank God she graced our TV screens. Okay, I am not out here mad at socialites, but I do find it very entertaining when, especially in a world where like people are starving, people's families are getting ripped apart by ice, like things are horrible. They are fighting over the most m- like things I think only the 1% could fight over.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's crowns, Ashley, at they're crowning people. Crowning people what? What are
What do
you
you
getting to
mean?
crown? The way Okay, did you ever watch The Real Housewives of Dallas?
Yes, I've watched them all.
Okay, that's right. I don't know why I asked. It's you.
Don't
You
ever
know,
ask me that ever
I know,
again.
I'd be offended too. You know, in season 1 when Leanne Locken is talking about, like, the charity scene?
That's where my head went. I was like, "Wait, you mean like charities? Like they're getting like
Yes,
awards?"
but they're very the charity scene is very hot, like, and, we also saw that if you watched Most Eligible Dallas. If you haven't, it's on Bravo, you can buy it.
Mhm.
It's on Bravo, it's on Apple TV, but it was originally
I
on
was like, "Yeah,
Bravo.
yeah, yeah."
I think it's only available for purchase now. So, the charity scene is where these people are hanging, like, in Real Housewives of Dallas, in, Members Only Palm Beach, but then it's I do not get the crown. I don't
You're not
get
being, facetious, like, you mean there's
no, like,
literally
yes, and I don't understand if they're getting crowned as not to listen, I love our grand dame, a la Karen Huger from Potomac, but
Yeah,
I'm
but that's
very
like a funny little, like, persona. You're talking
you
literal.
think the grand dame is a persona? That girl is grand dame and all the way home. However, she likes to say it. Who knows if she's joking or not? She hasn't whipped out a crown. She has whipped out hot pink Pepto-Bismol suits. She has had a weave that's weaving, but these ladies, like, listen, this is a spoiler, so if you don't wanna know, fast forward 30 seconds. In the last season, Gail, who thinks that she is the owner of, Palm Beach, crowns Rosalind, gives her an actual crown, and I still don't understand what we crowned.
Okay. When you just said last season, does that mean there's multiple seasons already?
Oh, no, because you do a season in Palm Beach. So that's like, cause it's you people don't like, I'm sure people, yes, people live there full time, but it's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
so when you watch the show, they'll say, oh, Rosalind, 5th season in Palm Beach.
Got it. Got
So
it.
at the end of this season of the show, but then it also, the season, I guess, of Palm Beach, Gail crowns Rosalind. Again, I'm not sure what she was crowned. But then Gail says, don't worry, I have other crowns and tiaras that I'm going to wear to my events that I have to. I have never been to a charity event with a crown. I'm confused.
Alright. I'll give it a watch. I'll give it a
Just give it a
watch.
watch.
Something you said, I think you said it like last week or last
Who
time we
knows?
recorded or the time before, and I sort of it slipped past the goalpost and I sort of let it go, but I need to bring it back because I've thought about this on my own. So you said that you don't wear underwear under your workout clothes.
Absolutely not. I don't even have underwear on right now and I have on leggings.
Pause there. I've been in workout classes wondering, and I'm sorry, but like I look at other women, I do. Like I
You
realize
have eyeballs.
we're not like
You have
looking at each other in
eyeballs.
these fitness classes and judging each other, but you think I'm not going to like up and down a cute outfit? Of course I am. And I've noticed both in person and then like, in the TikToks and Instagrams of the world, like these women who wear workout clothes and it looks like the seam of their pants is in their ass crack.
No, that's a style. That's a style now.
Okay. But okay. Okay, then I guess that helps me, but, like but then I was wondering, but if you're wearing underwear, full butt underwear or even cheeky underwear, like, let's just say there's no way that seam can reach inside your asshole because you're wearing underwear to block it. So then I thought, are are women wearing thongs to work out? Like, how to achieve that look? But then when you said you didn't wear underwear at all, I'm like, maybe that's it,
Yeah,
but
it's the pant.
I have a lot of questions and concerns.
Well, I had a pair like that I literally was like, I don't even feel comfortable working out in these because I don't even have an ass. And it was like, I can send you some links to some on Amazon, even though I'm doing no Amazon January, except for Whole Foods
Oh,
deliveries.
good for you,
I'm
mazel
trying.
tov. Is is wearing no underwear under workout clothes common so that you can achieve that look? Or do you think that women are mostly wearing those styles? But there's no way,
I
even if
don't
those
think they're
styles exist,
related.
there's no way they're wearing underwear because it doesn't matter how good a seam scrunch is on a piece of fabric.
So you'd
It's
have a
not gonna
wedgie.
shove into your asshole unless you're not wearing anything to block it. So I'm thinking
Can
people are not wearing underwear at all.
Can we pause? I'm really horrified because, again, I don't wear underwear with my workout clothes at all, and I haven't for a very long time. But when I did, I only ever wore a thong. What do you mean full
What?
back? Who's wearing a full back in workout pants?
Me!
Well, I don't wear anything, so I'm already like, that's
What
a
the
lot.
hell are you
What?
talking of? How could you possibly wear a thong to work out? The amount of chafage must be unreal.
Maybe that's why I chafe so much 'cause I don't wear underwear when I work out.
Would
But
actually I'm actually more of a proponent of not wearing underwear than wearing a thong because that's gonna hurt. And at that point, who fucking cares? But here are my concerns about, and maybe this is a me thing and I need to consult my OBGYN about this, but like I am a sweater.
me
I'm a
too, so
big
I don't wear
head
underwear.
sweater. I take hot classes as we've discussed. I can't risk my juicy hoony being exposed that way.
Mine is always exposed. I crotch sweat down to my kneecaps. I got no shame.
Are
I
you
work
not
out
worried
hard.
about, like,
Worry about what?
wetness and odor?
I go home and I shower. I'm not somebody who
I
runs errands
know,
in their
but even
workout clothes.
in
In
okay, I
what?
guess that helps. I mean, listen,
Honey,
I
listen, if you can have you ever smelt somebody else's vagina in a workout class? And if you have, don't tell
no,
me
I
and that
guess
person
not.
has poor hygiene.
No, I've
I
never have. I never
I
have.
always say this, you may smell your pussy and that's because you know what your pussy smells like, but
Yeah.
the public should not be able to smell your pussy.
Okay. Then all right, that settles it
Is
then.
that
I
the
think that's what it
concern?
is. It's a personal concern, but to your point, like I've never like smelled someone's chucha in a fitness class, or at least I don't think I have.
Just
And
don't
I
inhale
and I
too
don't
hard.
think that they've smelled mine, but I think that would be my concern. Listen, I'm not saying I won't give it a try. I don't know why the idea of like doing an intention wearing an outfit for the intention of sweating and working hard and then not wearing like an extra blocker in between is wild to me,
Do
but a
me a
thong is
favor.
wilder.
The next time you do spin, I'm telling
Yeah.
you, don't wear underwear. Your life's
Oh
gonna
my
be changed.
god, what do
Just
you
try.
mean?
Just try. You're never gonna I don't think you'll go back.
My cookie's gonna be so sore.
The underwear is not providing padding. Are you wearing
A
padded
little.
underwear?
No,
What
but
are
I
you
just feel
wearing?
like
Like
that's a
Thinks
lot.
or
I'm
Tinks?
just
What are the
wearing
period
like no,
underwear?
I'm just wearing like, normal like Victoria's Secret underwear, like cotton. But I don't know, that's just like a lot. I don't know why this
Okay,
just
fine.
like
Try
turns me
try
off.
one of try one of your heated Pilates classes because you
Yeah.
won't be tapping it back. I think your life's gonna be changed. I don't even have underwear right now in the
So what do you
leggings I'm
think
wearing
what are the benefits to you?
of not wearing underwear. I don't like to wear underwear,
Feeling
period.
freer?
Yeah, I like to air out my chooch. Also, when I work out, the reason I stopped wearing underwear is because I it would just constantly be giving me a new asshole. Like, and I
Okay,
don't even I just like who needs underwear? I don't wear underwear and when I wear tights either.
I get that.
So that's the same thing, but not.
Well, no, I stopped ballet when I was 3. I'm not wearing tights to go work out. There's something about the workout element. Listen, I'm not often, but, like, I will go without underwear if I'm wearing tights. I'll go without underwear if I'm wearing, like, I don't know, like, silky pants because no matter how seamless people say seamless underwear is,
No.
it's
There's
never
always a
seamless.
seam. Yeah.
And sometimes, like, a thong doesn't cut the right way, and you can still see, like, the top of it. So, yeah, sometimes I'll go underwearless. And listen, I could be a convert. You're talking to someone who, like,
Just try.
used to wear underwear under my pajamas, and now I never do. So, I could
I think
potentially
it's the
be a
gateway.
convert. Yeah, it's the
Just try.
gateway. Alright, I will
And
give it a
wear
try
black. Wear
just
black
for the
leggings. Just wear black leggings.
okay,
So
why?
your first time. No, your first time. I don't. I wear all colors because I crotch sweat and I've just owned it and accepted it.
Okay.
But
Oh,
I'm just saying
I'm
for
not
your comfort
embarrassed,
level.
by the way. Like, I'm not embarrassed about, like, seeing sweat, but I just thought, like, okay, like, is that something you don't have or you're just willing to accept it? Sounds like you're willing to accept it.
Do you
And listen,
ever
maybe
have your husband check? Do you ever have him odor
odor?
check you? I do.
Um, no, I don't think I've ever been like, "Hey, can you just, like, check for me?" But there've been, like, times where, like, post coitus, I've been like, "Are we good down there?" And he's been like, "I literally would go down on you after a workout, like, don't even worry."
Okay, so I'm going to tell a true story. Like I said, I don't wear underwear with my workout clothes. And at this point in time, currently, I don't have underwear on with my cotton leggings. This story, it was a hot day and I had cotton leggings on and I had gone for a really long walk and I came home and I was sitting on the couch and I kind of had my legs up and I was like, kind of smell it. Well, like, whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? My husband came home from work. He sat next to me and he was like, is that your feet? And I looked at him and I actually don't think it's my feet. I go, will you smell? And he sniffed. And his reaction is why I know I married the right person. He looked at me and he said, yeah, not great. I took the leggings off. I smelt them. Oh, I literally was like, the way I don't know how he didn't vomit. And I was getting my period. So, like, things were just like, I just remember being like, the composure that he had when he was like, not ideal, like, not great.
Yeah, it's been better.
It's been
Could be
better.
worse. And you're like, "This is the most foul I've
I
ever
don't,
experienced." And I own it, like, and I have
I
one.
don't know. I don't know what my pH was pH in.
I'd be so curious because I feel like I've heard, like, pheromones, right? Like, certain
Yeah.
people or everyone gives them off, but certain people are attracted to certain people's
Yeah.
pheromones, right? Like,
Yeah.
maybe, like,
Uh-huh.
you're just a match in that way where, like, maybe that's part of, like, falling in love with
He
someone
didn't
is, like
like this one, but yes, I agree.
right, meaning, like, you're a match and that even if it's worst, to him, it's like, "It's fine."
No,
You
he
know?
was
Could be
no,
worse.
no, no. He was like, no. He was
I
like,
don't
if
know.
you
Something to
actually,
think about.
he probably, you know what he says sometimes, or do you know what we say? Like a joke. I'll be like, would you put your mouth on it or just your dick? Would you put your mouth on it or just your dick in it?
That's such a good one. That is such that's
And
such
guess
a
what?
great
Dick
saying to adopt.
always in it, mouth not always on it.
Right. 100%. Right.
Too bad that
Perfect.
can't be the title of this episode.
No, too bad. Well, it will in our hearts, it will be.
In our hearts, it
In
will.
our hearts.
Okay, so I can't get into this right now, but I'm researching currently all the Ashley Tisdale toxic mom group fallout.
What?
Okay, so Ashley Tisdale was part of, do you know the mom group that was like Mandy Moore, Hillary Duff, Megan Trainor?
No. I mean, I know all of those people, but I didn't know there was,
So
like, a little,
I
like,
don't
mom
know if
cult
it was a
going on.
formal mom group. I think they all like live in the same area and like have
Okay.
kids at the same time. But Ashley Tisdale published an article with the cult. I mean, the cut. Jesus Christ. The cut. Sorry. The
Another
cut.
Freudian slip for the
Where
pod.
she talks about how she's no longer a part of her toxic mom group because they basically were always hanging out without her and like there was things that happened. I need to read the article. I read like the people synopsis on it. I need to do a deep dive because I just need to know, how did Ashley Tisdale get on the outs again? Wasn't she in the outs with High School Musical, or was that just her character, Sharpay?
I have no recollection of that whatsoever. But wait, you're saying she was shady, but, like, the world or the people, in your case, that follow, like, know exactly who she's talking about. So she wasn't saying
Yes,
names, but when she's referring to her mom group, that's who she was referring to? That's shady as hell.
Page Six did a post where literally all of them are in a photo. All of them are in the photo. So it's like, okay, like,
Oh,
so,
shit.
I'm just so you know, I'm just fully in it. I found that I think I don't know when the article came out, but I found it out yesterday. I need to do a deep dive because I have questions. I just need to know what happened.
Yeah, maybe you can update that us on
I just need to
that.
know.
But I was gonna say something shady, which is like, how dare she? All the women that she's in the group with that you just named, like, are, like, fabulous and, like, where is she? But that's actually fucked up because Ashley Tisdale actually has an awesome line at Target called Frenchie.
I
Um,
love that song she came out with too. Like, was it like 3 years ago?
I don't know.
Because I can't remember. It's good. I don't. I have no
Well,
issues
good
with
to know
Ashley
she's still in
Tisdale.
the entertainment business, but I use Frenchie, I use, like, her it's called, like, hair, body, and linen spray, like, and
Yeah.
I use it on, like, my bedding when I make my bed in the morning, and sometimes I use it after a workout to, like, refresh myself. Anywho,
Just
Hope
squirt
she's
that on
doing
your
well.
leggings next time after your workout.
Unfortunately, if I'm going to do the whole no underwear test, that is going to have to be what I use because I'm going to be worried about it. Anyway, if you want more of our daily chaos like this, our hot takes like whether to or to not wear underwear during your workouts, if you're interested in some semi responsible wisdom, you can follow Alexis and I on social. Alexis is at the underscore millennial underscore matriarch. I, Ashley, am at millennial mind of Ash. We are both on TikTok and Instagram. We are serving questionable decisions, comforting truths, and the occasional wait, am I the drama moments? Yes, always. Yes, we are. For more episodes of the Millennial Matriarch, you can find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Substack, and YouTube. We kindly ask that you rate, review, and subscribe. As you know, we've got big goals in 2026, and that would help us a ton. Until next time, drink some water, trust your gut, and remember, you're the matriarch of your own fucking castle, so you better act like it. Love you. Mean it. Bye.
Bye.